If you're looking to get the most out of your life, looking to level up, looking to start a business, whatever it is, you're looking to succeed in something, in some area of your life, you're going to want to look at your habits, okay? Because what your habits are now will basically decide and dictate what your life looks like in 3 or 5 years' time. If your habits are shit now, your life's going to be shit in 3 and 5 years' time. So if you have a think about how your habits were, 3 years ago, that's why your life is the way it is right now. I'm not saying your life's good or bad right now. I'm just saying your habits over the last 3 years have gotten you to the point at where you are right now. And what habits you have now will tell you how your life's going to be in a couple of years' time. So if you want your life to improve from where it is now, you're going to have to improve your habits. So I'm going to go over my 5 best habits that really changed my life over the last couple of years. I'm going to go straight into it. Again, no messing around as usual. Number 1 is wake up at a reasonable time, right? And this, again, I talk about sleep a lot because I used to struggle really bad with sleep. And as soon as I fix that, and my sleep is rock solid now, I get so much more out of the day. You won't believe how bad your life can be just because you have poor sleep. All right, so you first off, waking up at a reasonable time can only happen if you have a good sleep. So you need to set your sleep up well the night before, get a good rest, and then get out of bed at a good time, okay? And that's really up to you. I sort of get out of bed at around 5:30 to 6, depending on how big my day was and how much rest I needed. But 5 or 6 is a good time to get up. It means you're not wasting the day. You'd be surprised how much more productive and clear you're thinking, how sharp your mind is in the morning. Usually what I do is I'll get out of bed, have a coffee, and I can jump straight into work and my mind is sharp, okay? And once you start to get into that pattern, you'll feel the same. So you can get usually 2 or 3 hours of work done before most people are getting out of bed. So if you want your life to level up, that's the sort of stuff you need to be doing. You need to get out of bed and get some work done because maybe your life's too busy in the afternoon, you've got kids or whatever, you don't have time to do anything for yourself. It needs to happen in the morning. Okay, so getting out of bed at a reasonable time is a huge habit change that will improve your life. Number 2 is schedule out your day and use a calendar and time block. So understand what tasks you have in the day, break them down into low priority, medium priority, and high priority tasks. High priority tasks obviously need to be completed daily or weekly. Medium needs to be completed as often as you possibly can, and the low priority tasks can happen whenever, okay? So use a calendar. I use Google Calendar. It's literally been a game changer. It's a free app, and I just literally put every task that pops into my head in there. I also run a business on that app as well. Just run a calendar and just keep track of your day, okay? Number 3 is exercise and diet. And again, I talk about that all the time. I'm not a personal trainer or a dietitian, but the importance of these 2 things, like I've spoken about in other videos, you're a human with a body. At the bare minimum, you need to understand what food you need to feed your body to have optimal energy levels, and get some exercise. Okay, that's the only way to keep your body healthy. And if your body's not healthy, your mind's not going to function at a high level. So you need to get your exercise and your diet sorted. Okay, the next one is put some pressure on yourself in regards to timelines and deadlines. Okay, so if you want to build a business, this is obviously a good example. You can't just say, your goal is to have, a business that makes 50 grand a month in 2 years' time. All right, that's a good goal. But if you're not breaking that down into daily or even weekly targets, you're never going to reach that. Okay, so you need to understand putting pressure on yourself, getting 10 new clients or 20 new clients by the end of the week. Like, put some pressure on yourself and do that every week. So when you tick that goal off, get into the next one. Okay, it's constant pressure and it's constant, accountability. Okay, so, and the last one, prioritize self-care. And this is like things like meditation, reading a book, getting massages, spending time with family, whatever it is that makes you feel good, you need to be prioritizing that. That is extremely important, because what happens with people when they start businesses or they're, you know, trying to chase a goal is they get so busy and so overwhelmed with the amount of work that they need to put in to achieve that success or that goal, that they forget that their body and their mind need to be functioning at a high level to be able to maintain, you know, all that work long term. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is by making sure you're looking after yourself, looking after your mind, you know, just looking after your body. So they're the 5 main habits I've changed in my life, and my life in the last 3 years. I'll go over a video of a bit about my background another time, but I was in a completely different place 3 years ago compared to what I am now. My business is going extremely well. All my relationships around me are really good. My body's feeling really good. My mind is in a completely different place, mainly because of these 5 habits. They need to be maintained long term. And again, like I said, what your habits are now will decide what your future is in 3 or 5 years time. So jump into these habits, guys, and these aren't the only ones. There's heaps more out there, but start to level up, start to improve your lives through habits. Cheers, guys.